This is Nigeria. You want to know what's going on? Relax, I will tell you. Now, brothers fight over presidential candidates. One supports an Igbo candidate, the other supports a Fulani candidate. This is our discussion today. Stay with me. I promise you will love this one. But before we start this discussion, I never knew that the popular song Dorime could sound so interesting in Nigerian politics. Here another version of Dorime. Watch. Nice one. Very interesting. Dorime with a touch of Obidati. What Nigerians cannot do does not exist. Now back to our discussion for today. Watch this video.
I have made sacrifices for my people. I was wanting any day I will meet what is his name, Kenneth Okonkwo. I'll ask him at his age, what is his contribution to the Igbo people? What has been his contribution? Apart from making film and kissing women on television, and we watch. I fought for Biafra. If he did not fight, did his parents fight? I have one hand. I can't use this hand. And he comes to call me a bootlicker, a fake, calling me a bootlicker. What contribution has he made to my people? The greatest point Igbo saw in this country is the Civil War. Did he contribute? Where did he fight?
That was Chief Dan Olasi, the PDP Presidential Council Southeast Coordinator. He has challenged the spokesperson of the Labour Party, Kenneth Okonkwo, to show forth his deeds for the Igbo nation. Chief Dan claimed he fought for the Biafran War, but neither Kenneth nor his father fought that same war. He said Kenneth's only achievement in the Igbo nation is kissing women in movies and nothing more. What caused this fight? Watch this video.
Chief Dan Olasi is the man who told the whole world that Shehu Shagari told him that the reason his people, in other words his fellow Fulani people, overthrew him in government was because they didn't want an Igbo person to be president. Alex Ekweme was vice president, and Shagari was saying, according to Dan Olasi, that it was the Fulani that overthrew him to forestall an Ekweme to be president. The same Dan Olasi is now campaigning in Igbo land in the southeast for an Atiku Abubakar, who is a Fulfude speaking Fulani Northern Muslim, to succeed another Fulfude speaking Fulani Northern Muslim to govern Nigeria for an unbroken period of 16 years. And unfortunately, the same Dan Olasi is now campaigning against the presidential candidate of Southeast, which even the presidential candidate that Okonkwo is campaigning for has openly come out to say it is the turn of the Southeast to produce the next president. You can imagine Chief Dan Olasi is coming out to eat back his vomit that it is the Fulani that is the problem of the Southeast, and then he is now the chief spokesperson of Atiku Abubakar.
According to Kenneth Okonkwo, it was Chief Olasi who revealed what Shehu Shagari told him about the agenda of the Fulani to frustrate Igbo presidency. Now the same Chief Olasi is campaigning for a Fulani candidate to succeed a Fulani president. This can be very contradictory. Okay, what does Chief Dan Olasi have against his Igbo brother Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party? Let's find out. Watch.
Somebody came to me, a group of Reverend fathers, and even one I traveled with yesterday. He said, why are you so sad? I said, I have made sacrifices for Peter Obi. When he was vice presidential candidate to Atiku, he so promised us that this is the only route Igbos can get to power, and we followed him. We had a meeting in Enugu government house, and Enugu governor told him, go to Anambra and call me. You are the leader of the party in Anambra State. And he called us at a meeting at Uche Kunifest Center. And he said, Dan, look around. If anybody is interested in any office, please let us shortlist and evaluate them, including himself. 2 weeks after that, Atiku Abubakar was declaring for presidency, Peter Obi was sitting down there. Not only did he attend that declaration, he got up and took a microphone and said that Atiku Abubakar was the greatest unifier in this country. He used 5 adjectives to support Atiku Abubakar.
Said he's his friend and his boss. And
yes, as his friend, as his boss, that having worked with him, he found him so credible. 2 weeks after, you declare for presidency.
According to Chief Olasi, Peter Obi supported Atiku when he declared to run for president in 2023, called him his boss and said beautiful things about him, only to declare for president 2 weeks later. And now, his spokesperson, Kenneth Okonkwo, has labeled the same man he called his boss a thief, and no statement has come from him or his presidential council. This is enough to get anybody angry. According to Kenneth Okonkwo, Chief Olasi has also betrayed the same Atiku Abubakar he is campaigning for to become Nigeria's president in 2023. How did that happen? Now watch this video.
Let us look at what Olasi said about Atiku Abubakar. People have been wondering, how did Atiku Abubakar make so much wealth as a civil servant, a custom officer? It was from Chief Olasi that I heard it, that when Atiku was a custom officer, he was flying container out of the wharf without collecting duty for the government. And Atiku knew that it was illegal, but yet he was doing it. This was a statement of Dan Olasi. So he knew that Atiku was very corrupt, even as a custom officer. Now, let us see how very unfortunate this man can be. He coined it that Atiku was doing those things to help the Igbo people who came out of the war. And that was why he was allowing containers to fly out of the wharf without collecting duty. And it is only when the container has gone out that he will now collect duty. Now, let me state it clearly, because when I went to Lagos, I lived in Oludiakopa with some of my relatives that we are clearing and forwarding agents. I lived in Oludiakopa with some of my relatives that we are clearing and forwarding agents. Whenever a container leaves the wharf, the duty, custom duty, is no longer going to the government. Is going to the coffers of the custom officer. Who is that custom officer that will be so daft that he will not collect duty afterwards? The container has left the wharf and go back to put it in the government coffers. He will be caught. So when Atiku was doing that, they call it flying container. In the palace of the clearing of one agent, the money goes to the custom officer's pocket. So this is Jesse Olasi, actually on national television, telling the whole world that Atiku is corrupt.
Chief Olasi really shot himself and his presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in the leg. In a bid to make the Igbo nation appreciate Atiku Abubakar for his deeds towards them when he was a custom officer, he ended up calling Atiku Abubakar a corrupt public servant who bypassed custom duty to clear containers, only to collect the custom duty after the containers have left the wharf, which goes straight to his personal pocket. What else can you call this if not corruption? Kenneth Okonkwo also revealed that Chief Dan Olasi is suffering from AIDS, a disease that is fast eating him up to the extent of betraying his own brother, who is representing the Igbo nation, who by equity, justice and fair play deserve to be president at this time. Here, Kenneth Okonkwo. Watch.
How can a person from the southeast, calling himself an elder, who knows that by equity and justice it is the time of his people, who has told us in the past, according to him, because I don't believe it, I campaigned for a Fulani president 2019. And when it is appropriate again in future, I will do the same. This same elder that originally was telling us that Fulani was our problem is now telling us that we should now give Fulani 16 years to govern Nigeria. So these elders, sorry to say it, they are integrity challenged. They are suffering from acute integrity deficiency syndrome, AIDS. They talk contradictory things when they are offered money or anything whatsoever. So Jidan Olansi is a man who, after being the chairman of the National Party in Anambra State, has not attracted any development in Anambra State, in the whole Southeast. Let me ask him, he's trying to tell the Southeast to follow PDP. What has PDP done for the Southeast for the 16 years they were in power? Just give me one legacy project, one. Then this is a man that is encouraging Southeast to follow PDP. PDP has not considered Southeast qualified for the president or the vice president for 24 years, and Southeast has given 100% of their votes. Yet, an elder like Dan Olansi will tell us to follow them. They are part of the problems of the Southeast. Because if anybody wants you to tell the people to follow him, ask him what is in there for your people. Democracy is a representative government. How has PDP represented the interests of the Southeast? How has PDP been able to pay back all the support and loyalty that Southeast has given to them for 24 years? They've not considered us qualified for president or vice, and they have not considered us qualified for any infrastructure. Yet, and Olansi is telling us that we should support PDP in 2023. Sadly, against his own brother, Peter Obi. So you can see that these men have nothing else to offer the people of Lagos or Southeast. So the only thing the Southeast owe them now is to vote them out, vote their candidate out, and allow the emergence, the evolution of new leaders. Peter Obi said, they are in the past, but I and that we are the future of Nigeria. So please, Ndigo, do not listen to them. They are not fighting for your interests. They are fighting for their own personal interest. Dan Olansi has failed his people.
Chief Dan Olansi suffering from acute integrity deficiency syndrome, 8, according to Kenneth Okonkwo. This is really a clash of two brothers. You leave them to fight, you don't separate them. One thing is certain, the blood they both share in common will settle them in peace sooner or later. Finally, go and collect your PVC now. Collection begins on Monday, 12th of December 2022, and we end on 22nd of January 2023. Make sure you vote come 2023. Dan Olansi and Kenneth Okonkwo are already fighting for their principles. So the only way we can fight for a better Nigeria is with our PVC come 2023. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't you think you're forgetting something? Yes, the subscription button. Click on it right now.